We're going back. We'll get back to where you once belonged in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that is, where they had a big house on hand. Again, while I talk about this, can you find out how many fucking people they had in Fort Lauderdale?
Why are you cursing
Because
about that?
this is getting ridiculous.
You mad about it? Why these
I'm starting to get pissed. Let somebody else make some fucking money. For heaven's sake, this ought to be unconstitutional now for these people to make this fucking money.
Hey, before we get going too much further on that topic and not taking away any of the problems that are self-induced that AEW has, is there anything to the idea that WWE is so hot no one else can make money? Or is it just because if the other company was doing well and producing something like WWE in terms of connection with an audience, they'd still be able to do both good?
They'd still be able to do both good. Keep that in. Put that on the Christmas reel. No, it's fucking ridiculous because this is not a promotional war anymore. This is AEW is trying to do whatever they're doing, but it's not a viable contender. Whereas you might have thought one time a few years ago that maybe they could do something to get It still weren't going to fucking beat the WWE, for God's sake, but could they get 25 or 30% of the market? Well, whatever that, think how big that is. But no, not now. No, that's a fallacy because think about this. In every promotional war, whether territorial or national, where it was actually a fucking fight, both businesses prospered. Indianapolis and Detroit, we've talked about before in 1972 through 74. Sheik didn't come to Indianapolis, but Bruiser went to Detroit. But not only did Sheik start selling out because he was bringing in incredible amounts of talent to fucking be the big show, but Bruiser was still doing, they started out doing, I think, 8,000 or 10,000 people for a couple of shows, but Bruiser would do 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people at the Olympia Stadium against the same night the Sheik doing 10,000 in a Cobo. There was the time, for a national example, with Crockett and the WWF in 1986, there was a night that they were at the Riverfront Coliseum and we were at the Cincinnati Gardens. Hogan was at Riverfront. Flair and Dusty were on top, and Midnight and Rock and Roll during our first hot run at the Gardens. And we sold out, which the Gardens was 11,000 something, say 12,000 people. And they had 6,000 or so, 7,000 at Riverfront. That's almost 20,000 fucking people in Cincinnati, same night. But it has to be, and the Attitude Era, look it up, kids. They were fucking printing money, both companies, for 2 years, which is about how long it takes under normal circumstances for one of these things to play out when it's a dogfight. With Jerry Jarrett and Nick Goulas, it was 6 weeks. So the point is, it has to be a competition, and then both companies for a while will do good against each other, even night to night, or, same night. But if it's not, then it hurts the B team badly when the other guys are around.